Hello and welcome back to one of my videos. My name is Nicola. I'm an event marketer for fashion brands. This week, pretty busy week. As you know, Black Friday was coming up. So a lot of work this week for our clients. Couldn't really be posting last Wednesday, but we're back. So this video is about, is influencer marketing really dead? Why am I doing this video? Is because I've seen a bunch of posts on LinkedIn, blog posts as well, and some conversations I've had with different brands on the state of influencer marketing. And although I'm not like expert in influencer marketing, I do work with it to some extent for content and strategy. And so, yeah, we're going to talk about that in today's video. So the objective of the video really is to understand the state of influencer marketing at the moment and how to make it efficient for your own brand, because some part of it is dead as we knew it, but there is a new kind of influencer marketing that is going on that kind of work. So we're going to see all about that in this video. So why do we think influencer marketing is dead? Why do people say that? Why are there some blog posts about it? Well, first of all, because it's becoming more and more expensive. Back in the day, you were just sending some products to some influencers or some Instagram profiles, content creators, and they would just doing the posts. It was pretty cheap. You were only paying for shipping and the cost of products, nothing else. Nowadays, even like profiles with 10,000 followers, TikTok creators and stuff like that do charge quite a lot of money, and especially on TikTok, because TikTok volumes are much more important on Instagram, so they tend to charge way more, but it doesn't really mean it's more relevant. So it's more and more expensive, and so people and brands nowadays tend to prefer to spend more on Facebook ads rather than influencer marketing. It's still very hard to track performance, and that's something that's really surprising because it's not really a new thing. It's been going on for quite a while, but it's very hard still to understand the capacity of the influencer post to drive revenue. Now, it's very easy if you are a small brand and you have somebody posting for one of your products and you see a spike of traffic and sales, then obviously it's from that post. But if you're a bigger brand with like more fluctuation in revenue, it's sometimes more difficult, so it's very hard to track performance. Also, there is a decrease in organic reach from influencers, from Instagram platform, YouTube, things like that. So if you want to go get organic reach, you're going to go get bigger influencer, and it's more expensive. So there is like also more expensive cost of impact in overall. There's still some lack of transparency in data from influencers, from platforms, in terms of how many people do they actually impact, the actions in the platform, the type of audience, data, who really engages with the profiles, is it really from your audience or not? So yeah, still very not really transparent data from it. So whose fault is it? Why do people who to blame in this kind of decrease in influencer marketing? My opinion is 80% brands and 20% influencers. I explain why. So why do I think it's mostly the brand's fault? Well, first of all, because they went for reach at all costs. Historically speaking, they wanted to get as many impact as possible. They weren't really worried about performance. They weren't really worried about tracking performance. And so they were like, yeah, well, I'll pay you. You have like 50K followers. That's cool. But then they weren't really like factoring all the different data, and that the reach might be much lower than 50K, things like that. So really like a lack of knowledge and analysis from the brands. They might have been blinded by follower accounts, right? So let's say that you want to work with a girl who is doing like some travel and fashion content creation, and you want to promote makeup, for example. Well, maybe like majority of her followers are younger women or teenagers or men even. So even though the follower count might be interesting, the actual follower count that corresponds to your own audience, to the brand audience, might be pretty limited. Poor choice of association as well. Some brands might associate with somebody who has nothing to do with their audience, nothing to do with their tone of voice. Somebody as well who might be promoting competitor brands or brands that have nothing to do with the market. So yeah, poor choice of association, inability to track efficiently as well, as we talked about. So yeah, they were throwing money out, not really knowing what they were getting back, and yeah, that's also why it is the brand's fault. Why influencers? So influencers obviously have its less of a responsibility, because if somebody's going to pay you for a job, probably going to take it. Most of the cases, for most of them. So influencers, because they have no positioning, they're not marketers, right? They're just like one big Instagram profile. Some of them know how to position themselves. They have a specific audience. Most of like the fashion creators don't really have a positioning. All collaboration possible, as we talked about. You might be a fashion creator and you might take a collaboration from a brand with an average add to cart of 30 euros, or you're going to work with a premium brand and you're going to work with a brand that is in the US, and then a brand that is main market is in Germany. So there's a really like big mix up in who they work with. Lack of transparency as well. The majority of the people I worked with are pretty good, but when you send out like some questions about who is your audience, what's your data, how many women between 30 and 50 years old are you impacting in your post, they don't really tell you the whole story. So lack of transparency, no real experience as well. They're not marketing people. The majority of them are not marketing people, and they basically work alone. So they don't really know how to market the product, how to market themselves, how to present what you're selling. And it's normal, like they're not marketers and they don't work for your brand. So how could they know? Is influencer marketing still worth it? Yes. However, there are some conditions. It is still worth it if brands adopt an ambassador strategy, meaning that instead of just going to talk to one person and say, hey, can you make me 3 stories and a post this week? You should have like a more midterm, long-term collaboration, right? Get somebody involved with the different products in the catalog. Better identify influencer profiles as well. Don't go out just looking at the followers. Really identify who is your target and who is impacting your target. Understand which content can be used as well. Which products go to which influencer, which format, how to present it. And let influencers adopt the product. So don't really be like too pushy in the message and the script. I've seen campaigns from other brands. They send like the same copy, the same script to 10 influencers. They read like from textbook or a line or an email or whatever. It sounds very robotic. It sounds very fake. It's not authentic. So be careful about this. Let them, adopt the product and let them share their experience to make it as authentic as possible. There shouldn't be salespeople. They should be ambassadors of your brand. They should present it because they like the brand, not because they're paid to do it, right? And from this influencer side, it is still worth it if influencers choose long-term over short-term, right? If they better understand what's the better deal for them in terms of exposure, in terms of collaboration. Stop being human billboards. Like when I go into checking some influencer profile and content creators, and I see the feed or the stories being like advertising, hashtag sponsored, hashtag paid, blah, blah, blah. That's like very, very bad because it's like you're just a human catalog, There's no real connection. Like next day, gonna be another product and your audience will forget about the other one. So yeah, have some clear idea of their audience, like understand who you're impacting, what message is for your audience and how to connect better with it, and begin to position themselves in the markets. That's why I prefer to work with people that are not in the fashion vertical, but that are very well positioned within the art vertical, within the travel vertical, within the sport vertical. And it's way better and way easier to target these because kind of what the audience is rather than just fashion, which is pretty broad, right? So what should your brand do in influencer marketing entering 2024, right? View influencer marketing as non-performance, right? Forget about getting a post from somebody and get 10 sales from it. It's long-term exposure that you should focus on. Clearly understand who the audience is, your audience and the influencer's audience. Is there a match between them? If there's no match, don't work with it, clearly. Go find limited but qualified amount of profiles. You have different platforms now. You have YouTube, you have TikTok, you have Instagram, you have Pinterest, Twitch, many, many different profiles. Go find the people that have the best connection with the same audience as you. That's it. Work with them as ambassadors. Again, it's a mid-term relationship. It's not like a 5-post package. It's more like we're going to work with you like for 3, 6, 12 months. We want you to be part of the content team almost. And whenever we have a new product, we would like you to, we'll send you the product. We'd like you to wear it, share how you feel about it. If you like it, promote it. If you don't, that's fine. It's not a big deal. But, really like influencers should be like as clients sharing a good experience, not like I'm getting paid and yeah, that's the t-shirts. Buy his t-shirt. No, it's like I've been wearing the t-shirts. I love it. It's from this brand. Go check them out. And include them in the content strategy as well. Work with them to, get some content for your ads on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, on YouTube, from, social media content, video, interview them for newsletters, stuff like that. But really include them in your content strategy for the collection, for the capsule, for the season or whatever. But really integrate them within the team. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's kind of how you should do influencer marketing for 2024. So if you want to, go check out the video about it, see different points. But again, I think influencer marketing should be more viewed nowadays as sponsorship and partnership like Nike does with their athletes or any other big brands doing with their own athletes and content creators, rather than just saying, "Hey, I like your Instagram profile. Please, can you post 5 times this week about it?" Don't do that. Really integrate them within your own team, within your own strategy. Work with them for whole collection, and get them to share their experience, basically. So if you found the video useful, please give a like, subscribe to the channel. This week is pretty busy again, so let's see what the schedule will look like. But yeah, usually every Wednesday, every Sunday, everything you need to know about e-commerce and email marketing tips for your fashion brand and to grow it. Get in touch with me for Q1 if you would like to work together on your email marketing. And take care. Enjoy the Black Friday. Don't be too stressed. And keep in touch. Bye.